Before we open up the callers to call in for their questions, a short talk about Surat Al-Kauthar, which is of course the smallest surah in the Qur'an. The reason I wanted to talk about Surat Al-Kauthar is because, subhanAllah, it's a surah that, because it's so short, many of us read it pretty much every single day, perhaps even every single salah. And yet the fact of the matter is that this surah is so profound and it is so deep in meaning that if we truly understood it, we could never trivialize this surah again. Surat Al-Kauthar is, of course, only 3 verses. And it was revealed at a very traumatic time in the life of our Prophet ﷺ. It was revealed when his son Abdullah died. As you know, the Prophet ﷺ, he had a number of sons, and every one of them died. Allah Azza wa Jal had willed that he only has female daughters that basically live until they are adults. Every male son of his, he passed away in infancy. And when the Prophet ﷺ was in Mecca and he was with Khadija, before the coming of Islam, he had Tayyib, he had Qasim, and Qasim is sometimes also called Tayyib. There's a difference how many sons he had. He had Qasim, that was his firstborn, and this is before Islam. Then his firstborn son in Islam was Abdullah, and a lot of scholars say Abdullah was also called Tayyib and he was also called Tahir. And this Abdullah, he passed away when he was just a baby, when he was just a few months old, and we don't have much information about him. Now, the Arabs of Mecca, as you know, they prided male genealogy, they prided male sons, and they considered real offspring really to be males. Females were, as you know, discarded or killed at birth or something, and they considered that the male offspring will keep the lineage, will keep the prestige of the family alive. So, the fact that our Prophet ﷺ did not have any sons before Abdullah was actually a matter of great, if you like, consolation to the Quraysh, that they liked it, that he didn't have any sons. So when he had a son, they felt depressed that how can he have a son? Now when the son died, astaghfirullah, they actually became happy and they rejoiced. They literally rejoiced. And amongst them was Al-As bin Wa'il and others. They jumped up for joy and they said when his son died, they said, قَدْ بُتِرَ مُحَمَّدْ قَدْ بُتِرَ مُحَمَّدْ, that the Prophet ﷺ, his lineage has been cut off, he has been amputated, astaghfirullah, meaning that he has no sons to carry on the message. So this depressed the Prophet ﷺ, this hurt him obviously much more, because obviously, you know, when you have a calamity, when you have a tragedy, the least that society does, they console you. You know, it's all right, inshallah, this and that. But in this case, society around the Prophet ﷺ, they added salt to the wound and they mocked him. And this really shows how heartless and how cruel they were. So they were jumping for joy saying, قَدْ بُتِرَ مُحَمَّدْ قَدْ بُتِرَ مُحَمَّدْ. And this means that Muhammad ﷺ has become amputated, meaning he has no male progeny. At this, Allah revealed, إِنَّا أَعْطَيْنَاكَ الْكَوْثَرَ فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ إِنَّ شَانِئَكَ هُوَ الْأَبْتَرُ. That verily we have given you Al-Kawthar. And Al-Kawthar is the greatest fountain of Jannah. It is the most sweet fountain of Jannah. And Allah Azza wa Jalla is saying, Ya Rasulullah, we have already prepared for you this beautiful fountain that is the mother of all other fountains. That is the source of all other water. We have made it for you and we have gifted it to you. Kawthar is all yours. Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar. So therefore, pray to your Lord and sacrifice to Him. When Allah has given you blessings, how do you respond to those blessings? Those blessings you respond to by being thankful, by praying, and by sacrificing. Then He is consoled and He is told, Inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. That verily, those who hate you and those who oppose you and those who have an animosity towards you, those people, that person, he will be the real person who is abtar. And this is the word that this person used to make fun of the Prophet. Allah used it against him, and he used it in the superlative form, which is the highest form, and that is abtar, which is akbar or af'al, the highest, you know. So you have kabir and you have akbar, you have large and you have the largest. So Allah said, the one who opposes you, he is going to be the one who is completely cut off from all good. Inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. And this is exactly what happened. That the one who mocked the Prophet ﷺ, where are his followers now? And where are those who look up to him? Whereas our Prophet ﷺ, who was mocked at that time, he has the largest number of followers of any human being in the history of mankind. And he has the majority of the world's population, the single greatest personality that is adorned, that is praised, that is looked up to, that people will give everything for his honor, is our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So Allah is consoling our Prophet that, Ya Rasulullah, don't worry, we have blessed you with so many things. You continue praying and fasting and giving charity and being righteous, and know that anybody who opposes you, he will be the person who is cut off from all good, and you will be the one whose maqam has been raised up in this world and the next. And that is exactly what has happened to our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One final hadith before I open the callers. One final hadith. Our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, once he recited the surah, and he smiled when he recited it, and he said, verily a surah has been revealed to me that is more precious to me, it is more beloved to me than this whole world and all that it contains. And then he recited Surat Al-Kauthar, and this surah made him happier than this whole world and all that it contains. So next time, my dear brothers and sisters, next time we read Surat Al-Kauthar in our salah, next time we recite it, let us not recite it in haste. Let us not choose it because it is the smallest surah. Let us realize that this one surah was more precious to our Prophet ﷺ than this whole world and all that it contains. And much more can be said, but time is of course of the essence. So now I open the floor to the callers. So